Approximately 200 troops starting January the 3rd.
Now at 11, Governor Brian Kemp laying out a fresh plan of attack as COVID numbers continue to climb across Georgia. Plus, we sit down with the Richmond County homicide investigator about cases that have been solved this year. And we're taking a look at possible plans to renovate a historic North Augusta property. Your news at 11 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Denise Jefferson. Brad and Jenny are off tonight. We'll get to those stories in a moment, but first, let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Tim Miller. Tim?
Denise, we're going to start by talking about some thunderstorms that have the potential to be strong to severe as we get into tomorrow. Right now, live Viper 6 and our radar shows pretty much everything's quiet. We've had some showers that have developed and even some lightning strikes here, but much of that has been further towards the north. It's what's out west which has me concerned. They've now issued a tornado watch, which now includes all of Atlanta, but it is just on the edge of the CSRA. Now, these are the big storms that we talked about earlier tonight that we saw blowing up in parts of Alabama. That is moving off towards the east. So I'm not expecting a big tornado outbreak tomorrow, but we've issued an alert day because the atmosphere could be still a little ripe with this front that's going to be with us to perhaps produce an isolated strong storm, one with gusty winds, and of course there's always the possibility of an isolated tornado. So once again, the tornado watch does not include any of our viewing area. I'm going to drive that point home tonight, so I don't want you to go to bed worried about that, but I just want to show you how close it is to our far western viewing area. So that's what we're going to watch overnight and then tomorrow morning. Through the day tomorrow, there's a marginal risk of severe weather for everyone included in on this. And again, my feeling tomorrow is some storms with some gusty winds, certainly, and some very heavy rain. You notice it's been very spring-like, right? Our high today, 81. That is a record. Breaks the record of 80 set back in 1984. It is very warm outside tonight. In fact, we're looking at temperatures at 72 degrees. So we're starting actually to warm up a little bit because we have that south wind that's adding to the instability, a lot more moisture in the air. And with that front here, that'll help produce lift to create some showers and storms. So scattered showers now, but look at the big thunderstorms out towards the west. That's what we'll watch tonight into tomorrow. Take a look at current temperatures. We're in the mid 70s and behind that front in the 40s. So you've got that certainly difference in air mass that's certainly causing some issues. So we'll go scattered showers and isolated thunderstorm late. Temperatures in the mid 60s. We may not even get to 64. And then tomorrow we'll have an alert day for the possibility of some strong storms tomorrow. Coming up, I'm going to go over hour by hour what we can expect for these storms and then look ahead to that big cool down coming up as well in just a few minutes. Teresa.
All right, thanks so much, Tim. Coverage you can count on continues with the increase in COVID-19 cases across the country. Federal health officials expect COVID cases, hospitalizations, and deaths to increase as infections hit a record high. The FDA warns at-home rapid antigen tests may be less effective at detecting the more transmissible Omicron variant, though it still says people can use them. Tonight, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp and state health leaders putting more measures in place to try and stop the surge of COVID-19 cases in the state. Kemp met with several leaders from different hospitals today, including AU Health. He says some of them are being overrun with people looking to get a COVID test. Governor Kemp is advising everyone to take advantage of Department of Health testing sites or buy an at-home test kit. Kemp also says he's allocating $100 million to boost hospital staffing as well as bring in the National Guard.
We will be deploying approximately 200 troops starting January the 3rd. Approximately 96 of those to support Department of Public Health, including testing sites, and approximately 100 will be going to hospitals. We are planning and we will begin mobilizing by next week.
The current surge is really weighing heavily on our emergency department. We had more in our waiting room last night than we've had since I arrived over 2.5 years ago.
Governor Kemp says even though COVID numbers are once again rising, he has no plans to enact shutdowns or a state mask mandate. South Carolina health officials released their latest numbers today for the first time since last week. The percent of positive tests now sits at 23.8% in the Palmetto State. That's more than double what it was Saturday. Health officials also reported nearly 3,400 new cases today and 7 deaths. One person is dead after a crash in Augusta. It happened this evening on the 1500 block of Troop Street. The crash was a result of two vehicles colliding head-on. One driver was pronounced dead on the scene and the second driver received minor injuries. The victim's name has not yet been released. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office is finishing out the year with a very high homicide clearance rate. That's the amount of cases that have been solved. We sat down with the homicide investigator to tell us more.
Solving a homicide case is probably the crown jewel of policing, right?
For homicide investigator Lucas Heisey, solving crimes is personal.
If I can help solve or help bring some type of bandage to their wounds, then, I feel that I've accomplished something.
Investigators with the Richmond County Sheriff's Office say they've had 32 homicides this year and only 6 are unsolved. That puts their homicide clearance rate, or number of arrests, at 81%.
We increased the amount of investigators. We have started a cold case squad as well. So we're trying to open up new avenues of investigation so we can put forth as many tools as we can to the community to help solve crime.
Investigators say building trust within the community is a big part of solving crimes.
So with homicides, if you have more witnesses, more people willing to go on record, more people willing to tell you what happened, that's how you solve them.
And it's the help from the community that helps homicide cases end in an arrest.
We can have all the CSI and all the crime scene stuff you want, but without the community and without people willing to tell you what happened, that's not going to add up to much.
Though the Homicide Investigation Division has been successful in solving crimes and bringing closure to families, Heisey says he would like to see less gun violence and more illegal firearms taken off the streets. He says that will take a community effort.
This gun violence and things like this is something we as a community have to come together to change.
A historic property in North Augusta has now become an eyesore for residents and has stirred up some controversy online. Ashley Jones found out about the history of the property and potential plans to renovate.
It was just always very intriguing.
Kevin Morris lives in Nashville but grew up in North Augusta. He says the Flythe house has always captured his eye as a child.
And you always look, I wonder what that looks like inside. I wonder who lives there. I wonder, it's just mysterious.
North Augusta city leaders bought the Flythe property along with the Seven Gables with the intention of building a new North Augusta Public Safety office there.
So we have started design. They're working on that. We've had some preliminary ideas and design and layout, and it shows carving out these two pieces of property enough that someone could work with it.
David McGahey is a North Augusta city councilman. He says while the city has agreed to let local preservation groups work with renovating the building, city leaders have no plans to restore it.
And what we do is we want to provide public services for our people in the city. And our main one, we need now is a headquarters.
But one local preservation group has shown interest in restoring the property.
This is a magnificent part of North Augusta's history that few people know about.
Mark Newell with Historic North Augusta says the old Flythe property that includes the Gatekeeper House are the last remains of the Hampton Terrace Hotel, which was once one of the largest wooden buildings in America.
Where the last days of the Gilded Age played out, where rich people and presidents came from up north during the winter to spend time here.
He says the most recent owner was a famous writer and journalist that traveled with President Nixon to China and documented his trip there.
So all of this is history that could be turned into economic benefit.
While preserving the building will take much time and money, Newell says Historic North Augusta is up for the challenge. There's just one holdup.
The city, we understand, is determining how to handle leasing the two properties to a non-profit organization, which of course we hope will be us.
Once that's decided, the organization will still have to survey the building to see what's salvageable and what's not. Currently, the plan is to turn the property into a North Augusta Welcome Center.
Coming up, Chief Meteorologist Tim Miller has a look at your Viper 6 forecast. Plus, 5 earthquakes have been reported this week in the Palmetto State. That story when we return.